For the first time since his arrest by the FBI, we're hearing from the Utah man accused of being involved with that riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Fox 13's Aaron Cox was the first to break the news that John Sullivan had been arrested by the FBI a week after the riot. She joins us live now from the Salt Lake City Public Safety Building after that meeting with Sullivan for an exclusive interview you'll hear tonight. Aaron.
Hey, Kelly and Bob, this is the place that John Sullivan says really sparked his interest into documenting protests. He says he watched a Salt Lake City police patrol car be turned over by protesters and lit on fire, and that's when he pulled out his camera and started filming. But it's later protests and riots that Sullivan is accused of doing more than documenting.
I was now opening my mind, opening my eyes to the possibility.
John Sullivan reads words from the first chapter of his unfinished book, the one he's been writing while waiting for his trial.
When I was on house arrest, I just sat there and just wrote it all out.
Sullivan is writing about what happened at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th and the groups he says were involved.
Show how these two groups kind of, came together in forming that narrative that built up to the Capitol.
Sullivan was arrested in the summer of 2020 for organizing a protest in Provo where shots were fired.
Over there where the people are getting mobbed.
The activist was arrested again for multiple charges, one being violent entry to the riot at the U.S. Capitol in January.
I just wanted to allow something that was a monumental moment in history to be fully disclosed to the public.
Some people believe you did lead the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Did you?
I did not. I did not lead the insurrection at the Capitol.
Sullivan was once training to become an Olympic speed skater.
I would document and film our training sessions so that people could get a better understanding of that. So it's like not something that just kind of out of nowhere. It transitioned into more something that is, I guess you could say, in a political spectrum.
It was not until 2020 that Sullivan says he started organizing his own protests in addition to the ones he was attending.
This was like my first intense protest.
Something Sullivan says he won't stop doing after his cases are closed.
The week leading up to the election, I realized that many specific plans started to surface about targeting our nation's capital.
Words from his book documenting his experience.
It'll be something that people haven't heard before.
Because that's what Sullivan claims his role was at the Capitol.
I wasn't there to force my beliefs on somebody else. I was just there to just show the world what happened.
Sullivan is still awaiting trial for his alleged connection with the Provo protests. His social media ban has been lifted while he awaits for his trial for his alleged connection with the U.S. Capitol protest. In Salt Lake City, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.